Don't worry, Mr. Ponton. You know, 32 years ago, I walked into DeMatha as a young man, and I thought there were girls in this school. Somehow, through preseason practice in football, I overheard the guys talking about the girls from Elizabeth Seton that were in the math class. That was me through calculus. I didn't know those were the only 4 girls that walked through the halls. So in my very first class, when I walked in the homeroom and there were 12 boys in the class, I said, oh, it's homeroom. So when the doors opened and I went out in the hallway and everyone started to walk to class, I got a very rude awakening. Being a transfer from a PG County public school, I was used to co-ed academics. So that was my first, shall we say, non-recruiting DeMatha moment. As you all know, somehow my cousin always brings it up. He's a Carroll graduate, that DeMatha recruits. I told him we don't recruit, we just influence folks to make a good decision. And of course, I'll give you his car tag later. But no, as a 15-year-old transfer student from a public school, the decision that my mother and father made to choose to sort of, they had the choice of, you know, do we put money away for college or do we send them to DeMatha? That was one of the most pivotal choices that they could ever make. It changed the rest of my life. It gave me the opportunity to attend this school, and at the time I did not know, my father knew, and of course my mother did, that she was terminally ill with cancer, and that was the one decision that she was going to make sure that happened. She made my dad promise to send me here. So at 15 years old on December 2nd, my life changed forever because my mother passed away. And what I found out was why we say DeMatha family. Through those years, so many different moms would cook for me on the weekends and give me hugs after games. You know, everybody goes up to their mom and dad after a game. You know, my dad was always there. My dad used to get thrown out of games for arguing with refs. But there were moms there of other players that would give me a hug, good game, and you did well. My first date, double date with another DeMatha student. You know, my first prom. All those firsts that, you know, a mother and son sort of share. Somehow the DeMatha family and community sort of put their arms around me and let me go through those trials and tribulations without feeling so alone. And so my wife always, she gets on me about, you know, when I travel, I wear something DeMatha, whether it's a t-shirt or a hat or something. And like one of our former inductees was saying, you know, now you don't have to, they don't have to say, you know, which DeMatha or where is it. You know, I get the in DC, right? That's right. The only one. There is no other. You know, Mr. Ponton said don't go over 4 minutes, so I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I tried to, in the speech, sort of summarize and thank so many people, between teachers and administrators, the Trinitarian order, you know, the boosters, so many of the moms and the parents that guided myself and so many other students, the values that we were given and sort of drilled into and have sustained us through our adult lives: honesty, integrity, community, not putting yourself above others, always looking to help someone else, to lift them up, not being afraid of saying I love you or caring about another man. And of course that all boys environment sort of created that culture where you weren't so afraid because you weren't trying to impress the girls while you were in class. So it was so difficult in my speech to sort of try and figure out how to thank so many. Because, you know, I had 5 months to think about how many people influenced my life. So the best way I can really sum it up is that in every day since I left DeMatha, in every moment, in an athletic endeavor, academic endeavor, anything that I do in life, those core values and principles that were instilled in me by my father, my mother, and the DeMatha family always come to the forefront, and they will continue to come to the forefront in whatever I do from now on. And that's the way I would like to thank my DeMatha family. Thank you.